In this tutorial, I'll show you how to model solar PV array based three-phase inverter as well as three-phase load in MATLAB Simulink. In my previous video, I haven't covered the three-phase inverter using solar PV array. Okay, so in this video, I'll make this model. So our model will look like firstly we will have our PV array, then MPPT and boost converter, then an inverter and a three-phase load. Okay, so let's make the model. Firstly, we need a power GUI block. Okay, and make it discrete sample time 1e minus 6. I'll choose this one. Then we need a PV array block. And in my previous video, I have shown how to choose parallel string and series string to get the desired power output. And you can check this one. And I will choose this module and parallel string as 5 and series string as 50. Okay, now click apply. Now here you can see here our power output is about 11 kV. Okay, so this portion is done. We have to give the irradiance value, and I'm choosing this constant as 1000. Then temperature, which is 25. Okay. So then we have to take go to block, then measurement of PV. Okay, so okay, done. Okay, then we have to choose our MPPT, and I have already choose my MPPT here. I'm copying this MPPT and I will show you what inside the MPPT controller. I'm copying this one, Control V. Okay, so this will be MES PV. Okay, this one, and then we need bus selector block. And I'm deleting this signal, and we need voltage and current in the PV block. So this is voltage, I think, and yes, it is. So voltage and current. So this is our MPPT controller using P and O. Okay, so I'm showing what inside the what has inside the MPPT controller. You can take a snap here, or just you can take and you can rewrite the whole MPPT controller. Okay, so you can take this page screenshot. Then I'm showing the other part. Yeah, so this is the whole MPPT controller, and I'm not writing line by line, and it will take much time. Okay, so you can just pause the video here and you can rewrite the MPPT. Okay, so this portion is done. Then we need add block, and it will be this plus portion will be here. Then we need a PID controller. Okay, and here I have already tuned my PID here. Here you can see this is p value. Okay, and this is p. So this will be pi, discrete time, and ts control. Okay, don't confuse here. Let me show you. In MATLAB, I have already um, uh, declare two variable ts power and ts control, and ts control which is 1e minus 5 and ts power is 1e minus 6. Okay, so don't confuse that. So p is done, and here I have already tuned my PID which is I, and it will be here. I am showing you everything. Okay, so don't confuse that. So this is p and I, and you can check the controller here. So this is the our PID controller, and which is look like this. So it will firstly fall, and then it will get at constant value. Okay, so this portion is done. So then we need PWM generator. Sorry, PWM generator DC-DC, and sample frequency is 550. It's okay. And then we need a Goto block. So this PWM will give the PWM for our boost converter. Okay, so this is boost PWM. Okay, so our PV and the MPPT controller is done. Okay, and now we need a series RLC branch. Sorry. Series RLC branch, and we need the ceiling capacitor here. I'm choosing this as C, and capacitor will be 5e minus 6, and I haven't calculate this. I'm choosing this one, and for the boost converter part we have to choose our RL, and here our L will be 5e minus 4, and I'm choosing, sorry, 12v, and inductive resistance it can be R005. Okay, control R. Okay, then we have to choose IGBT here, which is a part of our boost converter. Okay, here you can see from the MPPT controller we have choose a boost converter boost PWM. Okay, so it will be connected here. Okay, now this and this from and this go to block is connected. Okay, so then we need a diode block. Okay, diode. Okay, and again DC link capacitor before the inverter part. Okay, and here I am using the measurement port here. Okay, and in this DC link capacitor I can choose this one as 1000 E minus 6. Okay, so our PB, MPPT, and boost converter is done. Then we need inverter. Okay, so I'm choosing universal bridge here, or you can take 3 IGBT or MOSFET, so it works fine. We have to rotate this left and right. Okay, okay. Now we have to configure this one. 3 power electronic device. It will be IGBT diode, and it's okay. Now again we need PWM generator 2 level. Okay, and it will be 1350, and I want it as internal generation of reference signal, and I'm choosing modulation index 6.95. Frequency it will be 50 Hz, and sample time it will be TS power. Okay, so this will be connected here. Then we need our filter here. Okay, so in this branch we have our DC voltage, and we use here an inverter. So in right side we will get the AC signal. Okay, so we need a LC filter here. So I'm taking a three-phase series RLC branch, sorry, three-phase series RLC branch, and I want it as RL branch. Okay, I want it as RL branch, and resistance it will be 1 E minus 3, and inductance I have calculated this as 9.5 E minus 3. Okay, so now let's connect it here. A, B, and C. Okay, now we need our three-phase parallel RLC load for the capacitive filter. Okay, and I'm choosing this. Now we want 400 volt RMS voltage at right side. Okay, so I'm choosing this 400. Frequency similarly 50 Hz. Active power it will be 30, and we don't want it, and it will be 1600. Okay, 1600. So let's connect it here. A, B, and C. Okay, so our filter portion is done. Now we have to connect the load. Similarly, I'm choosing this one, and I'm choosing active power as 11E3, and this portion is 0. Okay, so our PV is generating 11 kV power, and we are connecting our 11 kV load. Okay, sorry, yeah, 11 kilowatt load. Okay, so this portion is done. Before that, we can connect measurement block, three phase. We have a measurement block. Okay, and we can take a scope. This is voltage, and this is our current. Okay, and we can rename it as V and I. Okay, and I will also show you the TSD here. So I'm taking Dmax here because we need single signal. Okay, so I'm choosing current I. For the TSD calculation, I'm choosing as 3, and another scope. Okay, and similarly I can choose the voltage here. So this is voltage, and similarly this one. Okay, so these scopes are only for calculating or measuring the TSD. Okay, so I'm logging this signal to workspace and renaming it as voltage. Okay, and zip format will be structure with time, and I can delete this one and copy this scope here. Similarly, you have to choose, it will be correct. Okay, okay, and this portion is done. Now we have to model our parameter here to check the TSD here, total harmonic distortion. It's taking time. Okay, data import and export, and you have to check this to observe the total harmonic distortion. Okay, I'm clicking okay, so everything is okay. Simulation, and we can run our model, and I'm choosing this as 1 second. Okay, so let's run the model. Okay, here you can see this is our first one is voltage and second one is current waveform. Okay, so this first portion is voltage waveform and this is current waveform. And I will also confirm you that the PV is supplying our maximum power. So I'm taking a product block here. So this is voltage and this is current, and I'm taking a scope block here. Okay, and we can take a min block here. Sorry, not this one. Okay, it will be 50. Okay, so at first, before that, we can check our TSD here. So I'm going apps and FFT analyzer. Okay. For that, let's check the current, and the TSD of the voltage and current should give the same. And firstly, it has some transient. Okay, so I'm choosing start time as 0.6, and our fundamental frequency will be 50 hertz. You can see the color change here, and now check the 50. Now you can see the TSD is 2.1. Okay, now which is less than 5, and you can use this one. Okay, so similarly, let's check the voltage. And similarly compute, it should give the same, and you can see this is 2.1. Okay, so now let's check that whether the model giving maximum power or not. Okay, so I'm running this model here again, and the voltage and current waveform will be same here. As first I have at first I have already shown you that this is the controller part I used here. So the firstly the controller will give lower value, then it will get the desired value. Okay, now here you can also check it here. You will observe the same output here. Now you can see, yeah. So the controller is giving first a lower value and then it is going to upper value. And I haven't um, tuned it properly. So I have just checked that it is working or not. Now you can see I can show you the cursor measurement here to check that the PV is supplying us about the 11 kV power. Okay. Now here you can see the value is 1.12 kilowatt. Okay, so this confirming that our PV is supplying the maximum power and our TSD level is under 5%. Okay, so this portion is done, and here if you want to implement a full project, you have to add a battery here. Okay, if you add a battery and your solar irradiance value will be lower, then the battery will compensate the power. Okay, so this is a procedure to add a battery here, and in my next video I'll show you how to add battery here. And when your solar power is not available, then the whole power will be covered by the battery and you will get the same voltage level. Okay, and another way is to do the modulation index. Here I used a fixed modulation index, and you can also vary the modulation index. And in my future video I will also show how to do that using varying modulation index. Okay, so in the next two video we'll cover one for connecting battery and one for varying modulation index. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching.